Welcome back to the Delegation Download podcast, where we have real conversations about what it takes to lead, grow, delegate, and build a business that doesn't depend on you doing everything yourself. For the next 4 episodes, we're doing something a little different. We're taking you back to Elevate's leadership retreat last year in Nashville, where our team stepped away from the day-to-day to work through our own strategic mapping process. And we're bringing you behind the scenes. You'll hear from the Elevate team members who were in the room as we talked about where we were, where we wanted to go, and what needs to happen in order to get there. These conversations are real, they're candid, and they give you a look at what strategic planning actually sounds like when you're in the middle of building and growing a business. So welcome to this special 4-part series of the Delegation Download. Pull up a chair and join us at the table. Let's get into it. All right, so we are here at the Elevate Retreat here in Nashville. Amanda, many of our listeners have never seen you or heard you. So tell me a little bit about yourself and where you come from, your role at Elevate. Amanda, you traveled 363 miles to get here today. So tell the listeners who you are.
Yes, I am Amanda Godwin. I am from Mississippi, and I have been with Elevate for 4 years, and my role is manager of partnership success. In my role, I focus on building and nurturing strong partnerships between our clients and their executive assistant.
Now, you have been with Elevate, like you said, for 4 years. So you have seen the benefits of strategic mapping. You understand the process. You understand the meaning behind it. What does strategic strategy and being intentional with that strategy mean to you when you're making decisions or setting priorities?
So I think that we all have a big vision. We all have goals, but figuring out the steps to get there, that's the piece that you need to set measurable goals in order to see progress. And so when it comes to how I support Elevate and our team, we have to set measurable goals to be able to see if we're hitting the mark and also to see whenever we're missing the mark, areas that we need to improve. And so I think that when it comes to thinking strategically and especially your long-term vision, you have to do it regularly and consistently, and you've got to monitor it consistently. And so I love coming to the strategic planning retreat. And I think it's important for our business and for every business in order to set those goals and make sure that you're able to meet those throughout the year to get to your big vision.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be able to track something somehow, but you have to have your end goal to be order to track what you're trying to get to. You can't just be like, we're going to track this. Yeah, but we've said it before in the podcast, what is your end goal? What do you want your outcome to be? Because if you don't have an outcome set, you have no way to track it.
Yeah. And you also have to have goals so that your team knows that they're like to stay aligned and to be able to make sure that they're on track as well.
Yeah.
So we can all have the same outcome, but we all have different parts of the, pieces that we take care of and that we manage to get there. So it keeps everybody on track and aligned.
So with this, like I said, being your 4th year for strategic planning, what have the benefits been that you have seen personally within your role of setting aside this intentional time to plan for the upcoming quarter, the upcoming year?
I think that for me, I work really closely with our account management team. I work really closely with our EAs, and all of our roles are directly impacting client success and the relationships that we have. And so in order for me to make sure that they're successful and also to make sure that we as a company are maintaining the goals and the aspirations that we have, for me to be able to set aside that strategic time and to ensure that not only am I aligned with our vision, I also need to make sure that I'm aligned with Ashley and with you. I mean, we all have differing roles, but we're all moving in the same direction. And so I have to make sure that I set aside that strategic time as well for my department so that we're all moving at the same pace and we're all moving in the same direction, even if our roles are different.
Right. We're on different paths, but we're all headed to the same place.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that. Now, we at Elevate know the importance of strategic planning and being intentional, but why do you think that other businesses who are not currently doing strategy and planning out their month should tap into that and be intentional with that time?
Yeah. I mean, same reason we do it. And I think that it's hard for especially small businesses, new businesses, ones that are really in their growth phase. You're just kind of go, 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 and you don't know how to slow down and take that time to do it. But it's important because, again, you have to set measurable goals to get to the outcome that you want. And I think that as a business owner, it's just It's making yourself do it. It's, surrounding yourself with the right people that are going to keep you grounded and accountable to doing those things. And so if you don't have a strategic plan, how do you know that you're successful? How do you know that you're making progress? So if you don't have one, it is super important that you make that time and you be intentional to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I keep hearing you say measurables. So what I'm leaning towards is KPIs,
Yes.
like loving
Yep.
KPIs, being able to track what's happening, what has already
Yep.
happened, what didn't happen, and then looking at the data and saying, okay, this did happen, but it didn't happen the way we want it.
Mhm.
How do we adjust that? And that's something that we all do at strategic planning.
Yes.
And that's when we take the intentional time to look back at lessons learned, like you were saying. You're not just celebrating, you're also looking at what didn't work,
Yep.
finding those gaps and making sure that you're addressing those gaps before they become these craters that you
Mhm.
can no longer fill.
Yeah, and I think that it's when it comes to measuring your goals, looking at KPIs and metrics, even they're not failures,
Hmm.
they're opportunities for improvement. And it also might trigger you to create different goals. Maybe it didn't work because you need to pivot, not just do better, but maybe you need to pivot in a different direction. And so maybe that changes the overall goal. And so I think that looking at those regularly, I mean, because at Elevate, we do monthly KPIs, quarterly KPIs, and so being able to track those consistently is important for long-term growth.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, at the retreat this year, we did something a little bit different. Each person brought a workshop that we were going to work on. And the reason that we brought these workshops were to be intentional and collaborative and brainstorm and just identify action items that we can all take moving forward. So, tell me a little bit about what your topic was and why you were inspired to bring that to the retreat.
Sure. So mine was partnerships with purpose. That's kind of where my heart is. I love making sure that we are connecting with our clients, making sure that their partnerships with our EAs are successful. But in the bigger picture, so this all kind of spurred from Elevate being selected as one of the Co 100's 100 small businesses for culture champions. And so part of that is, or what it led to, was me really wanting to figure out how we can be more connected and
Mhm.
more impactful culture, community. Like those are really important for me. I know it's important for all of us at Elevate. And so part of the workshop was figuring out how can we tap into our either current clients or network of people around us, our community, and how can we connect with them in a way that creates an impact. Because we're service providers, we are connected with them through the work, but
Right.
how can we connect with them in a deeper way?
Mhm.
And so that's what I would love to see come from it.
I'm so excited about that because I think that there's so many areas for that connection that are not just a business partnership. It could be a community outreach. It could
Yeah,
be hosting a workshop for fellow business owners as a thank you for being a part of our community.
absolutely.
And so it's just fostering that culture and bringing it, to our entire network. So if you were to take one actionable from the workshop that you led and you were to implement it, what would it be and what impact do you hope that it makes moving into the next year?
Yeah. So I would love to see us creating some type of, we've called it a board of an advisory board, just a small group of our current clients, our long-term clients that we've been with for a while, and create a group that we can lean on for network, for community, for advice, to be able to try new things with them, new initiatives, and also be impactful in their communities, in the people that they serve. We're kind of like we want to plant roots
Mhm.
and grow together, and I think that that's really what will also help make even longer, more successful, and deeper partnerships.
I I completely agree, and I think that one mindset shift that I had while we were in your workshop yesterday was that our clients aren't just our clients. We're not just supporting them, they're also part of our community
Yes.
because they are small business owners as well. They are in the trenches just like we are with
They
certain
get it.
things. Yeah, they do. We get it, they get it, and so why not empower them to be a part of Elevate's growth, to be a part of their growth? It's already a partnership, but making it a stronger partnership with, like you said, you've got the roots and we need the branches. So different
Absolutely.
branches of that tree need to happen. All right. So let's switch over to the future, right? So we've already done the planning. We know what we want to do. What is one thing that you are personally going to be committed to moving into next year to make a measurable and a vital impact to Elevate in 2026?
So I think that I will commit to leaning on our leadership team more consistently. I think that we all get so deep in the work that we lose a little bit of the communication and the connection sometimes. But in order to make sure that I'm staying on track and I am able to meet the goals that we are setting right now, I need to make sure that I'm communicating with you guys and asking for feedback regularly. And also positive accountability. We've said that countless times. I think that we can all use that as well. But like we also said, we're all working towards the same goal. We all want to be moving in the right direction. So I just need to make sure that I am continuing to do that and we're continuing on that momentum. So I think just, you know, anybody that is also doing strategic planning, that's a big piece of it, is leaning into your network of people and regularly communicating and asking for feedback to make sure that you're staying aligned.
Yeah, I love that. It's also your tip, I'm guessing, for small business
Yeah,
owners who are looking for it. Like, lean into the people around you.
absolutely. Yeah.
And
I mean, be curious, ask questions, ask
mhm,
for feedback. Maybe that'll change your perception of things. Maybe people see things that you don't,
yeah,
and maybe that'll just reaffirm your vision and your passion and kind of reignite the spark in order to continue moving forward. But in the grand scheme of things, just if you're not strategic planning, if you're not setting a time aside, do it now.
right. Because you're missing out on something if you're not.
Absolutely.
So I love all of that. I'm really excited about 2026 and Elevate. I feel like we have come so far in the last 5 years almost
Yes.
since we have started, and just taking this intentional time to really think about what we want to do and plan for that has made a huge difference on how we structure our month, how we structure our
Hmm.
day, how we structure everything that we have going forward. And it makes the work week seem less daunting because I know what I'm working towards. It's not just I have this long list of things to do.
Yes.
What do I need to start with? It's
Exactly.
all mapped out.
Yep.
So, yep,
For sure.
love that. All right. So we are in Nashville. We are here. We are working a lot,
Yes.
long days, lots of planning, but we're also having some fun. So I know that you guys have all prepped a question for me. So you are now the host of the podcast and I am
Hmm.
your guest. So
Great.
let's go.
Yeah. So I was trying to think of something that I want to know about you or just something interesting. And we are in Nashville.
Mhm.
So I've got to ask you, what is your go to karaoke song?
Oh my gosh.
I feel like
Okay.
I could probably guess,
Uh,
but
so my go-to karaoke song a couple of years ago was Florence and the Machine. The dog days are over. But now, like if we do karaoke at the house, it's Whitney Houston. And
and you hit
it's
the high note.
I try to hit the high note. It's not always great, but I try. I do make a valiant effort to hit that high note, but nobody is Whitney. You can never do it.
Really?
So, but I mean, there are so many great songs too. Any 90s country, I'm all
Yep.
over it. If it's Shania, I'm there. Brooks and Dunn, I'm there. Garth,
That was going to be my
love
guess.
him. He is my man. And yes, I sing Garth at karaoke. There's a lot of songs I can choose from. It's whether or not I have the courage to do it in that
Oh,
very
yeah,
moment. So
absolutely. Well, we have the karaoke machine here with us now. So maybe we'll pull it out tonight or tomorrow and I'll get to hear some Whitney.
ah, I would love that. Now, okay, I'm gonna flip it on you. What is your favorite karaoke song to sing?
Oh, this is a tough question because I've only done karaoke a couple of times and I love music. And I'm just going to go off the top of my head. I'm going to say Don't Stop Believing.
It's a great one.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a classic. You get everybody else involved, everybody singing at the top of their
Uh-huh.
lungs, so then you don't feel alone.
No, and then well, I always feel like when I hear that song that I'm at a baseball game
Yeah,
because they always played it baseball games that I have been to. So karaoke is a blast. It's
it
whether or
is.
not you can work up the
Yeah,
courage
you
and
gotta
get up
muster
there.
the courage.
Uh-huh. It's easier at the house.
Mhm.
So we will definitely be doing that tonight. Unfortunately, we will not be showing any of the behind the scenes on that.
Thank goodness for
Yes,
that.
we will keep that wrapped up
Sorry,
tight.
audience.
Sorry about that. Maybe some still photos, but no
Mhm.
audio. That's
Yeah.
not going to happen. But Amanda, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me today and give our listeners and our followers a more behind the scene, like a fly on the wall
Mhm.
insight to what we're doing here, why we set this intentional time aside to plan for our next year. I mean, it's crazy how fast the years go by, and every year
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already time to do it again.
I know.
So,
We
well,
are 4 years in, and I'm excited to see where we go next.
I know.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, listeners, thank you so much for taking the time to check out this week's episode. If this gave you some insight or you want to learn more about strategic mapping, make sure to follow us, subscribe, and click the Clarity Call link in the show notes so that you can chat with Ashley. And remember, we've got this.